and how to present, and train you how to present. Because let me tell you why they asked me to do this topic. Anybody want to know why they asked me to do this topic? Because I was the worst presenter probably in the history of ACN. Probably the worst. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a minute, okay? And I just like, for those of you that are new here, it's exciting to be here. Isn't it exciting, guys? I know, I remember my first time when I came here. By the way, where's Lucinda? Lucinda, stand up, please. Okay, guys, I want to acknowledge her for a minute. This same woman, listen to the story, guys. This woman moved from Peru to Canada. Because she moved from Peru to Canada, she couldn't leave the country. She's been in ACN 5 years and could never come to one of these events. Every day she prayed that she could. Every day she went online whenever they were online to watch the events, and every day she prayed and prayed and prayed. She finally got the ability for her citizenship she just got, and this is her very first time. It's amazing, guys. It's such an inspiring company opportunity. She sees this for herself and for her family. Just had a beautiful baby, and she's here excited and helping so many people achieve the same thing. And we're all here to do that, right, guys? We're all here to do the exact same thing, and we're all here to create that. And here's what's amazing. I remember like it was yesterday, my first day. Who remembers like it was yesterday, the first day, right? One of my best friends told me, he said, Franco, I found the time and money together. Right? Yes. We're talking about, he was so excited. Now look, my friend used to, so I thought he was that morning. But he was just so excited. He's a friend of mine. I did business with him. I respected him. And I said, okay, I'll check out what you got. I saw the opportunity. I'm in. Let's go. Now, I was a business owner for years and years and years. At the time, I was running 4 companies. I was tired, exhausted, sleeping on a couch in my office. It wasn't fun. And I was at that time asking myself, there's got to be a better way to make money. Anybody ever ask yourself, there's got to be a better way to make money? I used to ask myself that question all the time, there's got to be a better way. Do I have to have employees? Do I have to have all this office? Do I have to have all this interest? Do I have to have all this? I'm stressed. Look at my hair. It's all gone. It's gone. There's got to be a better way to make money. And so when my friend called me, I said, okay, the truth, saw the opportunity, got started. Now here's the one thing I learned being a business owner. Here's what I learned. You have to own your business. Now what does that mean, you have to own your business? It means there's nobody coming to save you. You can't be a victim to your company, to your opportunity. You can't be needy. You can't be wanting or need support. You've got to be the owner of your business. So I asked my mentor, what does it mean to own my business? Here's what he said to me, go present. All right, so I got started, just like everybody else. I had 3 meetings. At that time, I invited people to my home. I made a list of 100 people, 30 showed up to the presentation, and over the 3 meetings, 6 got started, 14 became customers, and I was off and running. Did you know what I did right after that? Let me go present. So I went up there and I was so proud. If I'm going to be good at this, I gotta go present. Right? Who's already presented? Raise your hand if you're already presented. Okay? So that's what I did. Makes sense. I thought I was presenting to board people, executives with PhDs. So here's how my presentations went. Okay? I had a whiteboard. I had charts. I had graphs.
It's so complicated.
Averaged an hour and 15 minutes. Who would like to sit in that presentation? Right? I would do presentations and people, their eyes would glaze over. Now, in my arrogance, I thought they were fascinated and mesmerized by my super intelligence. That's what I thought. No, they were like thinking about, okay, when's this guy gonna be over? I gotta get the kids over here, get me out of here, this is painful, this is hurting, I gotta leave. But in my brain, they were fascinated and interested. Of course, most people couldn't care less. Most people didn't sign up. Most people couldn't wait to get out of there. The meeting was over. Everybody's like, bye-bye, we're gone. We're out of here, right? But I did that, guys. I did presentations like that for almost 2 years. Can you imagine how much time I wasted? How many people I butchered? I butchered so many people. And look, are we all going to butcher people? Right? Where's Customer Ken? Hey, stand up. Give Mr. SAP, top producer of here, give him a big hand. Right? There's no challenge, right? Look, we all have to learn. Yes, after 1 year, okay? He's an SVP, but after his first year, 2 IPOs. 2. Anybody have more than 2 IPOs in your first year? Congrats, you go SVP. Right? Give him a big hand. It's awesome because now he's killing it. Well, this what I will tell you. Look, I don't care what's happening with you. I don't care what's going on. There has to come a point in time when you realize that Mr. Mike Cooper said it perfect. It's a briefing, not a longing. And I'll tell you where that moment came for me. I said, okay, look, I got myself, I don't know how you did this. Even doing, guys, this is amazing ACN is how forgiving it is. Even though I was so bad, even though people couldn't wait to get out of my presentation, I somehow got myself to regional director. I still got that. Isn't that great? Why? Because I meet people that would say to me, look, I'm not sure what this is, but I need an opportunity. I'm in. Now, in my brain, I think, maybe you don't know what this is. What are you talking about? Because after an hour and 15 minutes, they don't know if this was ACN, Amazon, Amway. They don't have a clue what I was talking about. They're totally confused. Right? So here's what's funny. I got myself to regional director. But then I said to myself, how do I get to SVP? How do I get to RV? How do we get to the next levels? And how do I get a team of people? Because guess what I was duplicating? People that presented the exact same way. I must have had the most painful guests in all of our team leaders. I felt so sorry for them. Now, well, let me tell you what happened. I went and I sat in a couple of presentations. Up until that point, I never watched anybody else present. Ever. And then I finally went in and I saw Mr. Patrick Mazur and Mike Mazur present. And I was sitting in one of the presentations, and the presentation went just over 10 minutes. Now, first of all, I sat down, the presentation started, and I'm like, okay, this is getting pretty good. Pretty soon, before I know it, it's over.
It's over. And you're like, what?
They're going, like, there's got to be more. No, it was over. I go, but it's 10 minutes. And then I'm watching them shake hands, sign up people, and then everybody's going home. What's going on here? Then I pushed a couple of other leaders, same thing. And it's just the light bulb goes off. Sometimes I have to be hit over the head a couple of times. And the light bulb went off and I go, oh my God, I've been killing people for 2 years. These poor people. And so, okay, 10, 15 minutes, let's go. Now look, it took something to get me there. You know, from an hour and 15 minutes, it takes something to get you there, guys. It just takes time. So I've got 10 minutes, guys. And here's what my intention right now. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to teach you to do a presentation in 10 minutes. Is that okay? All right, let's get started. Let's get going because this is like, guys, when you own your business, when you can own it, when you can present, you own your business, it's all yours, okay? And you got to practice. I don't care who you practice on. Practice on yourself. Practice on people. The more you practice, the better you're going to get. Now, if I was doing an hour and 15-minute presentations, here's the funny part. I had confidence. I did. I had lots of confidence. I can do this. But it was all wrong. Just doing something over and over again doesn't mean you're being more and more effective. It just means you're doing it over and over again incorrectly. So your results, here's what I know about results. Results don't lie. Can we agree? Results don't lie. We lie, but results don't lie. And so what you want to do is look at your results. How am I doing? Am I being effective? What are my numbers? For X many people I present to, how many people do I get to the next stage? How many people actually end up signing up? What am I doing? Are my numbers improving? That's like the important data that you want to be collecting. One of the things I'm excited about, by the way, who's excited about artificial intelligence and what's going to be happening? One of the things I'm going to be able to do is track your history, your success, how your team is doing. Isn't that amazing? You can actually check all the data, how it's going, what the person, all that stuff is going to be trackable in the future, so you can check exactly what scripts are working, which ones aren't. Guys, this is going to be valuable data for us to be able to grow and exponentially expedite your success. That's what I'm so excited about. So the first part here is, guys, practice. You got to practice, practice. Second, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Now, here's how you know you can keep it simple. Can a 4-year-old understand your presentation? How many have kids? You're going to do a presentation for them. If they can understand it, you're good to go. Because what's the attention span of a child? Right? A couple minutes, a few seconds. So can you keep their attention, keep it simple so they understand it, you're good to go. So I always train my team now, guys, can a 4-year-old understand what you just said? I don't need your PhD explanation of how this works. If you can explain to a child, you're good to go. So keep it simple, guys. Very important. Why? Because that's what duplicates. Simplicity duplicates. Most of us, because we get in the business, we're in it for a long time, we know a lot of it. It just doesn't mean that everybody else knows what we know. We just think they know what we know and they have no clue. They're just seeing it for the first time. Now here's the good news about if you're going to butcher it really bad like I did, you can go back to them a few years later and re-present it to them because they won't remember it was ACN, it was that bad. That's the good news. I went back to a lot of people and re-recruited them because then when I went back and I presented the right way, actually one guy was so funny, he goes, Franco, didn't you explain me something like this a few years ago? No, it's a different opportunity. Oh, okay. That's too funny. Because guys, if you've got people all doing 10, 15-minute presentations and your team is doing the same, think how fast you can grow. And isn't that life, is that the better life you want? Who wants to be doing hour presentations? Come on, that's ridiculous, okay? So let's practice. You guys want to practice a little bit? All right, so Mike Cooper did already a great job giving you like a great understanding of how to present and what to do. We're just going to practice the words. And literally, whatever's on the screen, you just say. It's really simple. So for example, if you're going to talk about the company, let me explain how great this company is. It's the leading direct seller of telecommunications, energy, and other essential services. Just read it. Then you read all the boxes. They started in the U.S. in January 1993, specializing in customer acquisition. In the U.S. and Canada, millions of customers, billion sales. Done. Move on. There's nothing you need to add. Oh, this is the greatest company. They did this, they did that, they created this, they created that. Oh my God, 30, blah, blah, blah. The owners are awesome. No, move on. You're done. They're going to forget everything you just said anyway. They're not going to remember. Move on. Next slide. Let me go to number 2. Let me explain the services they offer. It's essential services, business and residential. Oh, look, I read the first line. And I added, let me explain in the front of it. Right? Then you just read all what's on the line. They offer wireless, high-speed internet, television, I'll read them all. And here are some of the partners. Flash Mobile, IDC, Zoom Energy, some of the biggest companies in those industries. Boom. Then you talk about Project Feeding Kids. Boom. You're done. Move on. Next slide. Okay? So let me explain to you how our business model works. You have your own digital virtual platform, right? And through that ACN puts all these companies together and you go right to the customers. I'm winning all that media internet marketing. And because of that, we're able to bring better value to clients. Done. What makes us different? More choices for consumers, income generating opportunity for you. Done. Over. Next slide. I know some of you are fighting this. I get it. I can hear your voices. Oh, you gotta be safe for this. It's not. There's a little tip there. You should say that. No, you don't. Fight your little voice. That's not what you're saying. What little voice? That little voice that just said that. Fight it. Resist it. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay? So now you get started. Let me tell you how you get started. How do you become an independent business owner? Simple. You pay $299. But not, hey, you might think somebody else may cost a lot of money. My friend has this. No. $299, that's it. There's a $25 per month business support fee. That's it, right? What do you get with that? Personal website, training and marketing tools, business tracking and reporting on the Salesforce platform, IBO and customer support, and you get exclusive IBO savings and rebates. Done. All you gotta do, what? Direct people to your website. So become your customer. ACN does the rest. Done. Now here's the thing. Every word you add, here's what I want you to think in your mind. Every new word you add, every new concept you introduce, the more confusion you create. And I want you to feel nauseous every time you say something that's not in that page. Now, why do I want you to feel nauseous every time you introduce something that's not in that page? Because it's costing you money. It's costing you money every time you make things complicated, every time you introduce something new, and you take the simplicity out of what's really simple. So I want you feeling sick to my stomach. Yes, it's costing you a bunch of money. Stop it. Stop it, okay? Then we get into the money section. So let me explain how the money's made. Let me explain how the personal income works. There's monthly customer bonuses. You acquire 5 services in a month, you make $200 in upfront bonus money, plus $200 for every additional 3 services. For example, 8, 400, 11, 600, etc. There's no limit. Great. Then what kicks in is your residual income. Let me explain how that works. You start at 3% when you get your first service, and it grows to 20% when you get an X amount. You can say, I wouldn't say points because you're going to confuse people. You can grow, what I like to say is you can grow to 20% once you've got a handful or a whole bunch of more services. That's it, you can add that into that section, okay? And it's based on the monthly commissionable revenue. It's very important language to use, guys, for legal reasons, the monthly commissionable revenue, okay? And that's it, that's done. Now let me explain to you what's next. Overriding residual income. You can build a team of affiliates and you can get paid on your team's customers. Now you can, number one, you get paid what? Customer acquisition bonuses. Let me explain those words. When a new person joins your team, guess what they can do? They can make the 20% of residual income, they can earn up to that. But every time someone joins your team and gets a handful of clients, you make between $50 and $400 as a bonus, depending on what level you are, which I'll explain in a minute. Boom, that one's done. Now, after that, you get paid 4% residual income on the clients they're acquiring. As I said, they can make the 20%, and now you're making the 4% on all the clients they acquire. Boom, that's done. Now you go to the next slide, right? Now there's different earned positions you can make. Let me explain how these work. The first position is called what? CQ. Then there's executive team unit, RC, RD, REP, SEP, and SEP platinum. All this means is you get paid more and better. So your whole goal is to work the compensation plan. That means you're making increased bonuses, increased residuals, and there's even incentive trips you can qualify for. Boom, done. Okay? Now guys, how long did that typically take? It actually take you 5 to 6 minutes to do that whole presentation. Because now comes the most important part. Here's what I've learned, okay? And any leader here that's having great momentum, having success, good at presenting, having great results in presenting, knows that this part right here is the most important part of presenting, the testimonials. If you want an effective presentation, it's really important to have testimonials that say things in the right way, that share information in the correct way, that makes it relatable, that people can get to it and relate it, okay? And here's a great formula. Write this formula down. Take a picture of the slide, guys. Because you want to train your organization to do testimonials in the same way. And that's another thing that when I was presenting, my testimonials took on average 3 to 5 minutes each. They would talk about their family, their life, where they're going, their dreams, this, that, where ACN is going to take them. I can tell you the guests, now that I look back, the guests tuned out within 30 seconds. Because guests are just interested, give me the goods, and are you giving me something relevant here, okay? So, here's the format. Your name, background, time in ACN, and then your success in customer acquisition. So I'll give you an example. Let's say I joined the business. Hi, guys, my name is Franco LaFranco. I'm a traditional business owner, right? I've been in ACN now, if you're a bit in whatever, you can say a short time, 1 month, 60 days, 90 days. Talk to your team about how to share what time you want to say, okay? In the last short time, 6 months period of time, our team has acquired 1,800 customers, right? And it's all due to the assistance and support of ACN. Done. I don't have to go into any other long story, anything more complicated. I've said everything there succinctly in 30 seconds. That what makes that powerful is that now the person's gonna remember what I said. If I'm going for 5 minutes, the whole message gets lost. Because what are they trying to find out? What's the power of a testimonial? Here's the power of a testimonial. Can they relate to you? That's why you see your job. That's why you share what you do, right? So relatability is important. That's number one. Number two, is it making it real for them? See, I just created the business. The first 5-6 minutes was the presentation. The testimonials make it real. Wow. Because what are they asking themselves? What is it? Does it work? Can I do it? And the testimonials make that real. It sinks it in, it grounds them. I get it. Oh yeah, okay, good. You know, hi, I'm so-and-so. And have different races, different religions, different, when you're doing testimonials, the more diversity, the better. Well, sometimes you can't, I get it. But the more diversity you can have of occupation, of background, that makes it even more real, because that makes it even more relatable to everybody else, okay? If you look up here, how many different types of trainers have we had? Are any of us identical? No, none of us are identical, right? We all have different, and it's because people are all different, and that's what you want testimonials to be that way, okay? And the last thing a testimonial does, which is huge, it expands somebody's vision of what's possible. Now, what does that mean? Here's what it means. Some people join the business, and after 6 months or after 1 year, 2 ideals. Some people join the business after 1 day, have 2 ideals, have 5 ideals, 10 ideals. There is no average. There is no average. Like when somebody says to me, what's the average of whatever somebody makes the money of this or that? My first question back to them is why? Do you want to be average? My first question back, why? Do you want to be average? Because if that's average, I'm working with the wrong person. Not interested. No. Okay, well, what do you want to accomplish? What's your goal? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to get done? Let's create that plan. That's what I'm interested in, is what you want. And let's get that done for you. So that's what testimonials can do, is expand the vision of what's possible. Okay? So that's an effective testimonial. Now, let's go to the next slide. Oh, sorry. Let's go back. Right here. So, online presentation, guys, and this is the last slide. Okay, of the presentation. Let me explain what we offer, training and support. Online presentation trainings. Just read what it says. There are teams in person and virtual events, ACN in person, Elevate and Emerge training events. We have all kinds of training because we're in business for yourself, but
not by yourself.
Never by yourself.
Never by
Exactly
yourself.
right. Okay? Now, last slide is this. At the end of the presentation, it's enrollment versus sign up. The first part is all about enrolling them into the idea of what the presentation is, then come sign up after the presentation. Do you see yourself becoming a customer? Do you see yourself partnering up with us? Or do you see yourself partnering with us and becoming your own customer? Makes sense? That's all we're asking them. We want to see what bucket you fit in, and you know exactly what you do. Now work with your teams, guys, to practice this part at the end. If there's one piece of advice I give to you guys, is become master closers at the end of a presentation of what to say, what to ask, say over and over and over again, so you don't become uncomfortable with what to say at the end. Because what happens after the presentation, people become very uncomfortable about what gets created, right? Because what happens then at the end, all you're going to be able to do is then be able to teach that, support other people that, and do that. Because guys, ACN has given us the vehicle to do everything that we're doing. Let's make it go happen for ourselves, and let's go create something magical. Thank you guys. We'll see you all back in Orlando.